It's the night of the full moon, and it comes with a lunar eclipse. Being the last full moon in the summer, August, it's final summer month. We're moving into September where we're going to start seeing fall in the northern hemisphere. And with it also coming with that lunar eclipse, I decided, you know what? My card's been showing me all week long that we need to start releasing things. We need to start seeing the truth in things. We need to start looking underneath things. So I'm actually going to have us do a single card pull for all 12 zodiac signs. So definitely make sure that you're watching for your sun, moon, and rising zodiac sign. All right. I'm going to see what we need to release to be able to see the truth in all areas of our life. And I'm not going to lie. I'm actually very curious to see what all we need to release that the full moon and lunar eclipse is telling us to be able to find the truth in our lives. Now, please keep in mind, like I said, it's for all 12 zodiac signs. So keep in mind for your sun, moon, and rising sign, because your whole message will be right there. And if you've never had a reading with me, please feel free, if you'd like a more one-on-one round, use the link in the bio and we will get you set up. But first in our list is Aries. So if Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, let's see what you need to release to start seeing the truth in your life. Well, I intended for all these to be a single card, but I guess, you know what, Aries, I actually like this for you. You have an unhealthy attachment to something that keeps you constantly emotionally and spiritually shut down. I'm not sure what this unhealthy attachment is. I have a feeling that as soon as I said you have an unhealthy attachment to something that is keeping you emotionally or spiritually shut down, you probably already know what I'm talking about. Now, please keep in mind, I am not saying that it's absolutely drugs or alcohol or anything like that. This could be even a person or maybe a job that you're doing. There is something unhealthy in your life that you just cannot let go of. It's more or less your security blanket. But I can tell you, once you either start letting it go, or if you can fully get rid of it, all those emotional and spiritual blocks you've been feeling are going to start going away. Next up is our Taurus people. So if Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, perk your ears up. Let's see what we got for Taurus. What do you guys need to let go of to start seeing the truth? Okay, I kind of want to clarify her. Thank you. So, I'm not going to lie. The reason why it threw me for a loop is we first came off with a 10 of coins. And I'm thinking we need to release material success and reaching our goals on a physical level. Are you kidding me? But it made sense after this. You need to slow down, okay? Because the thing is that the fact that you are on speed all day, every day to reach these goals, to make these dreams happen. I am definitely not saying let go of them by any measure. Abso-freaking-lutely not. But the universe is trying to tell you that when you slow down, you're going to start seeing the truth and being able to reach these goals and see what's been going on that's been tripping you up. It could be the same dumb little thing that you just never noticed because it was a dumb little thing. But once you're able to slow down, once you're able to release this need to have these goals achieved right now, okay, all you gotta do is just release that. The truth will come to you. And I'm not gonna lie, I like this almost as much as I did for our Aries people. But next up is our Gemini people. Geminis, let's see what you guys need to release in order to be able to reach those goals. What do you need to release to reach that ability to see the truth of what's holding you back? Okay. So apparently we're going to be doing two for everybody, it looks like. So what came up for you guys was rather interesting, my Gemini people. So again, this is whether it's your sun, moon, or rising sign. We have an upright Queen of Wands and a sideways Queen of Coins. So what this is telling me is that in order to be able to finally find the truth in your life, you need to stop being so wishy-washy. You need to let go of the idea that you're only occasionally getting things right in your home and career, that you're only occasionally being the absolute awesomeness that you can be when it comes to managing your finances and managing your resources. This wishy-washy feel is, I'm sorry, it's just not helping you. You need to release this wishy-washy and replace it with this right here. Have more confidence. Look at what you've achieved. Look at what you've been able to get done, Gemini people. I mean, seriously, you're probably achieving more than you realize. So take a step back and release the idea that you're only occasionally accomplishing your goals at home and work, that you're only occasionally making good things happen for yourself. Have some more confidence, and that's what's going to help you see the truth. Next up is our Cancer people. So, Cancer, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising sign, let's see what this full moon with lunar eclipse says that you need to release to be able to find the truth in your life. And if you're unsure on whether Cancer is your moon or your rising, because we all know our sun sign, do not be afraid to get a hold of me if you would like to get a birth chart done. You can either get a hold of me through the socials in the bio. But for our Cancer folks, okay, again, I want to clarify her. Okay. So for you guys, it seems to be for our Cancer people, while typically I would never tell you to get rid of the good feels by any measure. This is telling me that you seem to have all the confidence, which is beautiful. You are charismatic. You are great to be around. But the thing is that this mindset here, while absolutely beautiful and wonderful, I'm not going to tell you to get rid of it. I am going to ask you, though, to get rid of how you got there, okay? Because I've got a reverse magician and a reverse judgment. While I'm glad that you are able to work a room, while I'm glad that you're always able to find a creative solution, the thing is that you need to release the idea that you don't always have all the tools you need, so shortcuts are perfectly okay. They're not. Sometimes I will grant, sometimes the shortcut's great, but the thing is that shortcut's more or less a band-aid job. No. And you need to remember the lessons that you've learned. This is telling me that you've been forgetting a lot of life lessons that have already taught you that you do need a team, that you do need to have all the tools to get something done in a good manner, not in a slapdash manner. So, for you guys, absolutely keep this mindset that you are amazing, and then you can always come up with a creative solution to whatever you need to do, that you have excellent communication skills, because you do. You absolutely do. Just get rid of how you got there. Next up is our Leos. So if Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, hi, how you doing? Leo rising, so I'm in this boat with you guys. But let's see what I and my fellow Leo people, and again, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising, need to let go of to be able to find the truth in our lives. Yep, it looks like each and every stinking one of them is going to have two, because right off the get-go I had an upright Emperor card, and I'm thinking, we need to let go of our authority and our boundaries? What? No. Because I'm sorry, but that is no level of healthy. But it appears instead of letting go of something, we need to work on something. And that is with whoever this person is right here. Each and every one of us has a best friend or a business partner, someone that is typically are equal, that we work with on a very regular basis. I'm not saying this is necessarily a romantic partner, but this is someone that you typically either try to or want to lean on, that is typically there whenever you need a best friend. This is the person that you're calling at 10 o'clock at night because you're stuck without gas. It looks like with whoever this is, you actually need to step more into your authority. Actually put in your boundaries and hold them there, because that's what's going to show you the truth on whether or not this relationship here, again, whether this is a best friend, a business partner, there's a lot of inequality and a lot of contention there. Once you start strengthening those boundaries and actually stepping into your authority and whoever this is with, that's going to show you the truth on whether or not this is actually worth keeping, because it seems like it's been on your mind a lot lately. So definitely use this moon's energy to see if it is. Next up is our Virgos. Virgo, if it is your sun, moon, or rising sign, let's see what this moon has to tell you as far as what to let go to find the truth in your life. What is this moon wanting to try to reveal to you? Definitely. Okay. Yep. So, I'm not going to lie. I was lightweight confused because all we had was a 3 of Wands. That tells me that things are okay in your friend group or your group of coworkers that you regularly hang out with, but they're not necessarily fabulous. And I'm thinking, okay, well, what about that do we need to let go of? Apparently, you need to decide on whether or not these people are even worth keeping in your life. There's an overdue release of either one or many people that you're not necessarily BFFs with or have a strong connection with. They're more or less a nice occasional friend group that you've been on the fence about whether or not you should keep them or if they should still be a thing in your life. You need to ask yourself, why are you staying? And actually let yourself have those answers. I was intending for this to be a release kind of a reading on being able to find our truth, but it looks like for our dear Virgos, you guys actually need to let yourself release the blindfold and ask yourself, why are you still there? So release that blindfold. Start looking at things clearly. Use this moon's energy to light up those shadows so you can see all the details. I'm actually rather curious to see what happens after for you. Next up is our Libras. So Libra, if this is your sun, moon, or rising sign, perk your ears up because we're going to see what you either apparently need to embody or release for this moon, since apparently all the other guys have been all across the board. So Libra, what do you guys need to do with this moon energy to start finding the truth in your life? Okay. Well, it looks like you guys are going to be doing something that I was intending for our Friday read. Because we have a reverse devil and an upright 9 of cups. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out and start worshiping the devil. And no. It looks like you actually need to release your ideas of what achieving your goals in an emotional, spiritual level really means to you. Because while I love the fact that you've been working on trying to have a more healthy mindset when it comes to love and relationships and spirituality, I love that for you. I think that you need to take a few hundred steps back and redefine what that really means for you, because you're starting to work on it, and that's beautiful and wonderful, but it looks like there's a few old ideas that you need to release and redefine for yourself as far as what does it look like when you start to achieve those goals? Where does Do you get the hints from the universe that you're on the right path as far as aligned love and spirituality? What's that look like for you? Sit with the moon tonight and definitely do some pondering, because that's actually a very good question. Especially for our Libra folks who are all about balance, the give and the take, keeping things neutral. Next up is our Scorpios. So if Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, let's see what this moon is wanting you to release to find the truth in your life. I'm actually rather curious about this one because I actually have a near and dear who is a Scorpio moon, so this should be good. So for Scorpios, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising, let's see what you guys need to release with this full moon. Okay. Wow. So you guys are kind of like the only ones that actually have a release thing. Because it looks like for our Scorpios, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising sign, we have the Seven of Cups along with a sideways Four of Swords and sideways Page of Coins. So it looks like you guys need to kind of come to reality, because Seven of Cups is all about finding your daydreams, dreaming big, all about illusion, okay? So while they're happy illusions, and I love that for you, you guys apparently need to get rid of your illusionary ideas of what it means to be active and what it means to rest and regroup, what it means to go after your goals, and what it means to actually take a step back and make a plan, along with your ideas of opening opportunities for yourself and blocking opportunities for yourself, allowing yourself to start a new chapter on a material or career level, or racing headlong into recklessness and not looking to make sure that it's the opportunity for you. So Scorpio folks, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising sign, I would definitely say that, you know what, this is actually excellent advice. Instead of all of your, I don't want to say childlike, but definitely not exactly grounded in reality ideas of those things, definitely something for you to look into. Abso-freaking-lutely. Next up is our Sagittarius. And you guys know I love to throw myself under the bus right along with you. So whether you're a fellow sun Sag, or if it's your moon or your rising sign, let's see what we need to release to actually start seeing the truth in our life. And I gotta tell you, with what I've already seen for my whole reading, because we've already been past my moon and rising, ow, the universe is kind of kicking me in the balls a little. But for Sagittarius, whether this is your sun, moon, or rising, let's see what you need to release so that the light of the moon's energy can start showing you the truth. Okay. So it definitely looks like we're being a little called out here. Because we have a reverse Wheel of Fortune, a reverse Hierophant, and a sideways King of Coins. So it definitely looks like for my fellow Saggies, yeah, buckle up. So along with one of our friends from way earlier, we also have some wishy-washy ideas of obtaining our goals and managing things beautifully, being that badass leader both at work and at home. But the thing is that because it's a little on the wishy-washy side, occasionally we're doing fabulous, and other times, whether it's the reality or what's in our head, and I want to say that because of the other two, it's what's in our head, occasionally we're a tyrant, and occasionally we don't see what we're doing and how we're mismanaging. And I want to say that's because of these things that all that bad luck just keeps on coming, because if you can't keep with that mindset of managing things beautifully and making sure that things are going and that you're listening to your underlings along with leading them, you're going to have an amazing amount of bad luck. So that doesn't help, and neither does, while the Hierophant frequently means following traditions, it also means core values, and that's what it's trying to tell you right here. A lot of us Sagittariuses, myself included, have forgotten a lot of what really are our core values. What is the main thing that keeps our moral compass on north? That may need to be redefined or rediscovered. And once we're able to do those things and throw out the idea that we're not doing things great, throw out the idea that we're always an asshole, throw out the idea that we can occasionally get things right, and start living it and redefine our core values, I would say that the truth that we've all been searching for, because Sagittarius are nuts about the truth, it's going to start popping out like a freaking Jack in the Box. Next up is our Capricorns, you silly water goats. Well, sea goat if we're going to be super technical. But if Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, let's see what you need to release so that you can start seeing the truth that this full moon and lunar eclipse are trying to illuminate for you. What do you guys got? Capricorn for sun, moon, and rising. I'm going to try and narrow this down. Can we narrow down the message, please? We'll try one more time. Because, I'm sorry, but I try to avoid special treatment. But can we narrow down what they need to release for their truth to start appearing for our Capricorns? Okay, fine. One more card. Okay. So, much like one of our other guys earlier, I'm definitely not saying by any measure to let go of this idea, okay? I love the fact that you Capricorns, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising, are confident, that you are leading that room, that you are nurturing other people's ideas and making sure that you're also building their confidence. I love that for you. But the thing that you need to release is that you can only occasionally do that for new people, that you can only occasionally make that happen for others that you're not used to working with. Because the thing is that these talents never go away. Those talents are always there. They're always able to be used for each and every person you ever run into. The only thing that you need to realize is that that power is always there. And stop getting so damn impatient with yourself and getting flustered when you have a new opportunity to try again with another person, or try with a brand new person, or try and actually use those gifts with a new project. Just because it's something that's not in your usual doesn't mean that you don't always have it. So I'd say once you throw out the idea that you're only occasionally able to do that with new things and occasionally able to do that with new people, realize this is you the whole time. And that truth that you've been searching for, I want to say it's definitely within your social network. It's going to be right there. Next up is our Aquarius. So if Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, let's see what you need to release with this full moon and lunar eclipse in August so that you can find that truth. What are we looking at for you guys? Goodness. Okay. Alright, so Aquarius. It definitely looks like you got a triple hitter, so this is actually rather interesting already. So we have an upright Hierophant and a sideways Three of Wands and sideways Wheel of Fortune. So it definitely looks like what you need to kind of release for yourself and actually start clinging a little bit more onto is you need to release your idea of what is actually good and bad luck. I know that when it comes to the super basic, good is good and bad is bad, but it seems like you're a little too hard-nosed and a little too black and white about your idea of what's good and bad luck. And that idea of good and bad luck is kind of coming from the company you keep. We've also got a sideways Three of Wands. So I'm not necessarily saying that it's your friends and your co-workers, acquaintances that are causing you to have all these weird black and white ideas of good and bad luck. What I'm saying is that you need to start applying the idea of gray, shades of gray, into what you feel is a good and bad acquaintance, a good and bad meeting, a good and bad friend. Start allowing some shades of gray in there because, I mean, even Glinda in The Wizard of Oz can be considered evil to a degree if you decide to really think and sit down. And I'm not even talking about from Wicked. I'm talking about from the original Wizard of Oz story from way back, before even the movie. Even Glinda can be considered a little on the evil side, even though everyone thinks that she's good. But how you're going to do that is you're going to look at your core values, okay? You're going to look at what really matters to you as far as good and bad. What is in that gray area that you've given yourself, at least as far as your own personal preferences and goals and dreams and values. Once you're able to realize the shades of gray that you already apply to your personal life, apply those shades of gray to your social network and see what actually may change from that. And what truth is definitely going to be popping out once you allow a little bit of gray area. And last but not least is our Pisces. So if Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, and keep in mind, like I said this whole time, definitely look at all three, pay attention to all three, because that's your whole message there. But for Pisces, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising, what do you guys need to release? All right. And because I gave everyone else at least two, I wanted to make sure that you guys didn't get left out, because I'm already seeing that you need to release your perspective. Perspective where? I can't blame you for asking that question. That's why we got the other two guys. And that perspective is your choices on when you can tell people to shut up and listen. Because those options are always there. That choice to tell people to just shut up and listen to you is always there. But you need to release your perspective of when that choice is there, because it looks like on occasion you may get a little too happy about, you know, just telling everyone that your idea is the right one to go with and just go with it. The thing is that while I imagine 9 times out of 10 you are probably absolutely excellent, because Pisces are well known for having great intuition. But the problem is that your perspective is occasionally causing all of those shadows and that misinformation and missing information, because you're too busy having everyone listen to you and do what you are already planning without seeing where their ideas may actually, if not benefit, give you something that you may want to consider for another time. So Pisces, I know that's not exactly nice, but truth isn't always pretty. I mean, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you definitely know that's the truth. But some closing thoughts before I let you guys go. Please keep in mind that any and all readings are strictly just for advisement. Whatever choices you make, remember that is the beauty of free will. And free will is fabulous. But until next time, have a fabulous day. Make sure that you check out that full moon and the eclipse if it's not going to hinder your schedule the next day, and more importantly, if it's not cloudy like it's threatening for over here. And as always, if you would ever like a personalized reading, definitely use the link in the main page. I am always happy to help out.